Oh, I think we went live already. I didn't mean to, but that's fine. Oh, I think we went live already. I didn't mean to, but that's fine. We totally did. What's going on, gamers? How is everybody doing today? See something? Oh, maybe we are using the same. All right. Hayden, yo, just found your page the other day. Love the work you do. Subbed. Thank you very much, Hayden. Appreciate you. I actually should put my chat over here. Organizing my OBS. This is insane. Hold on. I fucked up my OBS. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Do this. Wait, what? That's what I want. Okay, hold on. There we go. We're getting there. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Good morning, Beatus. Good morning, Frisky. Devin, hey, discovered RNG miss from your channel. Recent G RNG'd my TIDS idea on new save for Sapphire. Nice. Is it time for paint? Yes. I haven't done this in a year, so probably going to be full of failures today, but that's all right. I have to do one more thing, which is quickly calculate the adjacent seed list. So we're going to go to what edition is this? Pokemon Box Ruby Sapphire Japanese version. Yeah, so first of all, I need to take the seed that I'm aiming for, which is, you can see an Eon Timer is actually 7731. The Eon Timer has a really cool feature here, so I have to change the settings in Eon Timer too. Don't want to forget that. We're not doing custom, we're doing GBA slot is probably best. I could do, I'm pretty sure Box RS does not operate under 60 FPS. I've checked this before. X to des, G30, yeah, and then we're gonna do equal H30 minus 1. All the way. Equal H30 plus 1. All the way down to 60 here. Alright, and then we're gonna do equal des, or des to hex. I1. Ooh, H1, I mean. Fill that out. I just need to get the adjacent seeds for Seed Finder. we gotta put them in to Gen 3 Seed Assistant. My target advance also needs to go in. I know, I'm not talking. Alright, target advance, we'll do plus 100 for now. Aiming for a Kyogre. Alright, I'm pretty much ready to go now. It's a good resource to learn ASM for GBA and Gen 3 stuff in general. I learned all of my ASM by going to GBA Tech. If you ping me in the Discord, I'll answer you and link it there, but other people can probably link as well. Okay, so what we are doing today is using Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire in order to get a Method 4 shiny. And I know what you're going to say. What is Method 4? Basically, typically, when you're doing in RNG in Gen 3, you use this button, Method 3, or Method 1. There's always been the options for Method 2 and Method 4. And it's like, what are even those things? Like, why are they even there? Because I never use them, right? Well, the answer is that they are rare instances where the game's Pokemon generation process is interrupted by the screen refresh functionality of Gen 3. And this is pretty much because everything is tied to the vertical blinking function of the game. So at the end of the screen drawing, it waits a little while, and there's a space that it draws, even though that it's not on the screen. While in there, other stuff can happen. And so if something happens when that happens, and it's during a Pokemon generation, it stops, splits off, and you get a full different Pokemon. You get a fully different Pokemon. It is generated differently. Normally, a Pokemon is generated in 4 chunks, right? You have the first part of the PID, the second part of the PID, then the first part of the IVs, and then the second part of the IVs. Pretty much how it's generated, right? Method 4 is what happens when the first part of the PID is generated, the second part of the PID is generated, the IVs are generated, and then the second part of the IVs, before that's generated, there is a vertical blank that calls an RNG advancement that doesn't do anything. So you get a different set of back half 3 IVs, which actually allows for potentially impossible combinations of IV. They would otherwise be impossible, right? This almost never happens on static Pokemon. You can get Method 4 and Method 2 to happen on wild Pokemon, but on static Pokemon, they don't happen. But they were known to happen on older emulators like Visual Boy Advance, right? VBA, if you've ever used it, especially if you've ever done emulator RNG, people used to talk about like, oh, V-Blank is messing with me, V-Blank sucks, blah, blah, blah. And if like you've ever done retail, that doesn't really happen to you, right? So how am I doing it? Well, most people play Pokemon games on their TV by using the Game Boy player. But a little known fact is that the Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire actually has a way for you to play the games on your TV. And it is an emulator. And you know what it is? An old and inaccurate emulator. So what we're going to be doing is using the old and very bad emulator in Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire in order to get lucky, to get some V-Blank messing about with us, to get some Method 4s, hopefully. There's a very low chance of Method 4. I think people calculated it's like, there's no real calculations. I think it's probably 20% or something like that. So, I have to, we're doing this all on real hardware. So I have to, actually, I gotta get my GameCube cable. It's in my, like, work bag. So, Game Boy's plugged into the GameCube. Alright. And then you're going to say, why am I doing this on Japanese? There is no reason. I'm only doing it on Japanese because my Sapphire is Japanese. Because I wanted a cheaper game and I wanted a way to practice my Japanese, basically. So we are in Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire now. This is an emulator. So, what we have here is a very particular setup. It looks kind of weird, but it is a specific setup, I promise. So, what we have here is a painting. When we talk to this painting, you have to hit A twice, apparently. When you talk to this painting, it shows you a Pokemon that you won the contest with. That actually, for some reason, unknown to man and God, changes your seed based on how many times the screen has refreshed, aka how many video frames have passed, okay? We also have a Swampert with 1 HP and 3 fainted Pokemon. RSAce, I think it's done. I don't know if they finished RSAce without a bootstrap or they actually finished it. I believe it's 0, Ben. I don't know if it's possible. So then, we also have an egg here. This is all kind of weird. But basically, the idea is we need to get to Kyogre's cave. And all of the other paintings have NPCs. So what we're going to do is talk to this painting, change our seed, take 1 step. Our Swampert is going to faint. And the last place that I healed was in Sutopolis. And now we're really close to the Cave of Origin. Now, you might say, why didn't you get any encounters there? Well, that's actually because this muck has the ability Stench, and it's also holding a Cleanse tag. Most people think that out-of-battle abilities were introduced in Pokemon Emerald, but they actually weren't. Stench and Illuminate both function in Ruby and Sapphire. There's also a couple of other ones. So all this ability does is lower wild encounters. I don't remember how to reset in this game. Okay, there we go. I also have the Black Flute, so I'm going to use that as well. I think we're pretty much ready to go. Yo, thank you for the $5, Poke Odin. Tuning in from work. Always enjoy watching your technical stuff. His Pokemon Heroes is better than the 3rd movie. Heroes is my favorite. Pokemon Heroes is my favorite of the Pokemon movies. Oh my gosh, I almost just spilled my water all over my computer. That was crazy. I actually need to add a new... Can I move these? I can't. So what we're going to do here really quick. That. Do that. Seed hex. Advance it. When do we do milliseconds? We do 5,000. Right. Let me double check that that's my target. It is. Okay. Oh, this says MS. It is not MS. It is advances. All right, I think we're ready to go. So it's going to be a lot of waiting, but it should be pretty fun. And I owe a Snapple fact read. We'll read 1 Snapple fact before. We'll read 1 Snapple fact before I start because we were donated $5. Trying to find one that I know I haven't read. I haven't read this one before. Slugs have 4 noses. Weird, but a new fact. Okay, here we go. Okay. So now we're gonna wait here. Thanks for the donation. Ah, there it is. Okay, good. I was hoping Tippy worked. I have a new layout, so sometimes it doesn't work. My stream announcer thingy-majigger. Which one is Heroes? Heroes is Latios and Latias. That's by far my favorite one. I got teary-eyed when I was watching it the other night. My favorite, okay, well, because my wife and I have been watching all of the Pokemon movies. So we watched Pokemon the first movie, which was pretty good, actually. Okay, it's back. Sorry, I unplugged my microphone by accident. Okay, so here's what I will say. The first movie was okay. I liked that it had a message that it was going for, like a moral message that it was aiming for. I don't think there's a lot of problems with it. Team Rocket is very bad in all of these movies. Team Rocket should not have been in literally any of the movies that I've seen so far. They are horrible. They are just like a distraction where nothing happens. And also, Pokemon the first movie had a bunch of errors for some reason. Like there's they get a bunch of Pokemon's names wrong. It's really funny. Intro to it is, but for the most part, I think it's okay. If we're rating this on like kids movies out of 10, because obviously they're not real movies, I would rate the first movie like a 5 out of 10. It was okay. I enjoyed watching it. The ending obviously is very stupid. There's also a bunch of really weird stuff in it. Like when they're in the harbor in the first movie, like the harbor master comes up to them and has a Russian accent, and she's like, "This is the storm of this century. It has been foretold by many prophecies." And I'm like, who is this character? Why is she talking? So that was very strange. But then Pokemon 2000 I thought was pretty bad. I think that's like probably a 2 out of 10. It was the worst one so far. There was almost nothing good about it. I liked the girl. Melody was fun. And Slowking was so pointless in that movie. He literally did nothing. I mean, he's such like a big part of that movie. And he did nothing. It was so strange. Then, like, the movie was just full of, like, plot conveniences, and it was like a world-ending stakes, but it was kind of silly, and there wasn't really nothing was going on. I didn't think that the villain was particularly good either. The villain captures Ash by accident, and then he lets them just like fuck around and free Moltres and Articuno. He's just like, it was Moltres and Zapdos. It was so strange. And so I don't know. I thought it was kind of boring. Then I thought it was kind of like boring. There's plot contrivances, and like the plot wasn't really interesting. It was like a typical Chosen One thing, but there was really no conflict. There was really no battling in that movie either. It was very strange. So then in Pokemon the third movie is a weird movie because I don't actually like, well, I like it a lot, but also mostly because it's kind of funny. So Pokemon the third movie is like, there's a couple of good things about it. I will say many good things about it. I like the plot, and I like the plot like about the girl, like basically a girl who has no parents being really sad, and like the unknown behaving as like sort of like the unknown were almost behaving like traditional like fairies in like folklore, where they're like beings of chaos, where they're just like feeding off the energy of this girl. I thought that was pretty good, actually. I liked that. I like the crystal stuff. The motivation for Ash to go in was insane. Delia randomly showing up just so she could get kidnapped is like an insane plot convenience. I think they did not need that motivation for Ash to go in. Like, they should have said that Ash, and this was a girl Ash knew when he was a kid, and he would have just gone in to save her alone. I think they just should have done that. And then also, okay, I have to say, so the second thing I love is Entei. Entei in that movie is so fucking awesome. He is like, Entei's voice is awesome. Entei's behavior is awesome. I love Entei in that movie. She's like, I'm not old enough to battle. You can be whatever you believe. And then, like, Entei's trying to defeat the unknown. So Entei goes against his creators, the unknown, and is like, Molly, you must believe in me. I can do anything that you believe. Very awesome. Fucking love that shit. Very cool. However, the big blunder with this movie, I will say, is Charizard. Do you guys remember Entei fights Charizard in this movie? You know that Entei fights Charizard in this movie. But keen anime enjoyers will remember that Entei is not in Ash's party at the time of the movie. Oh, then how does Charizard get there? Charizard is in Charizard Island, I think in the Orange Islands. And he is walking by the house that's on the Charizard Island, and a TV is playing the news that's happening, and on the TV is Ash climbing into the palace. Charizard sees Ash on the TV and then flies to go get Ash. How does he know where Greenville is? And then he also shows up at the exact moment that Ash gets knocked out of a window. Something is wrong, by the way. I think my timer should have triggered already. Or does this timer only show what each specific phase is? If this timer only shows what each specific phase is, that's actually very cool. Next phase, 284. Oh, I think it does. Oh, I'm so used to Flowtimer not giving me any intel that I'm like a little bit shocked by this. So Charizard knew how to get to a place without ever having been there. It was bad, I will say. I'll say it was bad. The fourth movie was actually the first one where there wasn't too much plot convenience or like insane contrivance. It was an actual fine, normal movie. I'll also say, for the most part, so far, I prefer it when the Pokemon do not talk. Okay, here we go. This is for the painting. All right. All right, so what I just did was play the Black Flute. I have no repels on right now. I am just that low encounter rate that we didn't get into any encounters there. Oops. I have to remember to use this on every floor, by the way. Like on every room entry. You know Flash, right? Yes, repels do mess up the RNG. I need to try and take the same amount of steps. Or repels can mess up the RNG. I'll explain after I'm done walking. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, no. I walked the wrong way. I haven't been in this cave in a while. Alright. So, the reason repels mess up the RNG, or they can mess up the RNG, and this was, I don't know if this was discovered by DEEFFG in my Discord, or if this was discovered by someone else, but basically, I have a bunch of stuff to lower the encounter rate on my Pokemon, right? And because every time you step over a tile, and it wants to generate an encounter, that causes some RNG advances, which make things inconsistent unless you take the exact same steps every single time. I forgot to do the Black Flute every single time. I literally just forgot. I haven't done it in a while. Anyway. It's fine. I didn't get into any encounters, so that's all that matters. So anyway. Basically, if you have a repel going and you were to get into an encounter, that would cause an RNG generation, but you wouldn't notice. So it's best to just take your lumps and pray that you get no encounters on the way with a drastically reduced encounter rate from Stench, Black Flute, and from Stench, Black Flute, and Cleanse Tag. Okay. So at this point, you also might be wondering, why'd you just hatch a Meryl? Well, the reason I hatched a Meryl was because you can see that there's music playing now. Playing music increases the chance that I hit method 4. Okay. And I'm actually going to make sure that I only have to do one A press here. You also have to put a... There is no music here. Going back to... Yeah, this is the last screen. Okay, that's fine. Basically, there is no music here, and if you hatch an egg while you're in here because there's no music, the music never gets canceled. No live yet. By the way, gamers, we have 124 viewers, but only 23 likes. If you're having a good time, if you enjoy watching the Method 4 gaming, hit the like button, please. It's free and it helps me out. The music thing is a pretty old glitch. I don't remember... Oh, by the way, I have to show this. I'll be back. Today is election day in America. Many people could have voted beforehand. I voted a couple of weeks ago. No, not a couple of weeks ago. I voted last week. I did a vote early. So if you're American and you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, vote. If you're going to vote for Donald Trump, fucking get the fuck out of my stream. What are you doing here? But anyway, the I voted sticker in Michigan is something to behold. This is my I voted sticker. I is that real? Yes, this is real. This is real. This is real. Michigan held a contest. This was made by a elementary / middle schooler. I don't know how old she was. They actually used it. This is real. I got it. Yeah, so I voted early. In Michigan, it's very cool. They let you just... They just let you walk in early. Like the voting station was... My voting station was supposed to be my local library. But the civic center, like the town hall, was open for early voting, and I walked in, and I was like, can I just vote now? And they were like, yup. I was like, pfft. And so they gave this sticker. They gave out this sticker, and they also gave a regular, they gave me an I voted early sticker, and they gave me this sticker. So I'm gonna put this on my computer. My computer's got a bunch of stickers on it. Put this on there. Yeah, I know there's only like 100 people in here, but yes, I voted for Kamala and Tim Walz, and I voted for a bunch of other Democratic people. Michigan had a bunch of like important stuff up. There was a bunch of like tax increase votes for like school boards and veterans and stuff that I voted for, and there was also nonpartisan Supreme Court justice votes that I also voted for. The two women going for the Michigan Supreme Court, they were very important. They're pro-choice people that you pretty much had to vote for. Alright, no shiny, that's fine. We have to see where we landed. Actually, Michigan was also a little strange because this is not a thing that's in New York. So in Michigan, when I was filling out my vote, there's a partisan section and there's a non-partisan section. And you can just fill out a bubble to vote entirely in one of the parties. So like if you just fill out Democrat in the top part of the partisan section, it would just, as far as I understood, it would auto fill out all the other ones. You didn't even have to pick them, which I think is actually kind of insane. I think that's lonely. I actually think that's insane. Ooh, oops, it's not Tarot. It's 149, 111. I didn't vote that way because I was not sure if that's how that worked. But I'm pretty sure that's how it worked, which is crazy to me. Oh, it's level 45, right? Is this the right nature? All right. I need a Bulbapedia nature chart. Pretty sure that's lonely. Yeah, that's lonely. I'm right. Okay. Did I type the stats in right? 145, 149, 111, 86, 153, 13195. This is strange. I shouldn't be more than like 2,000 away. All right. Let's think about this. Why am I finding no results? That's a good question. My target advance was 22865. That's correct. I mean, I went 30 seeds early, plus and minus. Is there a universe where... Well, I checked all three methods. No, I must have been even later than 30 late on my seed, which seems a little odd, but I'll try for that. Here's what we do. All right, what we're gonna do is XDS. equal G30 minus 1. Equal G89. Oh, what the heck? Equal des to hex. Autofill. I must have just been very wrong on my seed, which is fine, but all right. I now have some concerns. What the heck? Yeah, I've checked. I'm checking method 4, method 1. Oh. It is surely impossible that it's this method 2-1. And this is likely a false positive. Did Eon Timer fork me somehow? Double checking everything because I have no idea how I could have hit anything else. I'm level 40. 149, 111, 86, 3. Blink, blink. I don't know what. Like, why? What? There's no way I hit method 2. That's the thing. There's no way it's 5. I'm 5,000 or whatever the difference is here. 2,000 events is like. Let's see. I might just have to do a little try again moment. 1,800 advances late? I guess it's not impossible that I'm 1,800 advances late, but how could I have hit method 2? Yeah, well, we just have to try again. That's very strange. Alright. No Wolfpack. That was strange. That was extremely strange. We're actually going to play some regular music now. By the way, gamers, if you're having a good time, please remember to hit the like button on my channel. I did miss Black Flute use, but I should have gotten into an encounter because I'm not using repels. If you're having a good time, please hit the like button. It helps me out. The reason the Kyogre is impossible is because you wouldn't see it on a normal game of Ruby and Sapphire. You will only see it on outdated, inaccurate emulators, aka the emulator in Pokemon Box, Ruby, and Sapphire. That's the only way. That's how I'm doing it. It's about 16 minutes per attempt. $60 minutes per attempt is crazy. Yes, sir. I'm going for a shiny. Yes. Oh, well, Ursaluna didn't have any specific target. It was a very long resets. They were like 4-minute resets, though. I think they were 20-minute resets. They were like 4 or something like that. A comment with 500 replies exists, I'm sure. This part of RNG way longer than Channel Jirachi? The thing about Channel Jirachi is that Channel Jirachi will probably take you longer if you go for a good IV one. But this one is like skill. Like Channel Jirachi is you put a TV on and then you wait. And then like nothing happens. Like you're not doing a strict timing for it. Like this is, I'm waiting as long as normal. And I also have to do 2 consecutive 160 frame per second button pushes, right? So that's one of the things that makes this so difficult. Have you tried the new TCG Pocket app? I have not. I'm not actually a big TCG gamer. I am not actually a big TCG player. I don't think the Black Flute, using it or not using it, mattered, but I'm going to try and remember. I have to remember. I have to not be talking about something important when I go into the Cave of Origin. That's really what has to happen here. His Galarian Moltres was 1 in 180,000. His Galarian Moltres was confirmed hacked by Kphotix. Because of some incorrect memories, I believe. Or incorrect OT. Having. Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire just causes you to have a higher chance of having Method 4 happen. It's a very high likelihood for it to happen on wild encounters. But it's like you have to usually do something to get it to be, it's maybe like 25, 30%. You could, if in my Discord, DDEEFG, what's this guy's name? His guy's name is long. Right, because I'm in streamer mode. But they're the ones who've done the most They're the ones who've done the most research into enhancing painting. Because when I first started doing painting in Ruby and Sapphire, the main things that I figured out were what is the best spot to get the painting from, and then also like to talk to a painting from, and then also what is like the best pathing. Like I realized how important like doing pathing was, because typically NPCs don't affect you in Gen 3 very much, but with this they will. And then this person, they spent a bunch of time figuring out both when method 4 is likely to happen, and then also like via like strange music cues and things like that, like bicycle music can cause method 4 to be more likely. And then also they figured out a bunch of stuff for how to improve pathing. So I don't know who figured it out. Someone figured out that going like pausing every 3 steps, I think pausing every 3 steps like prevents NPCs from interfering with you. So you can run and then pause and then run and then pause and run and then pause and run and pause. I think that was DD, but I'm not sure if that was them or not. And then also, the reason I'm not using repels is because of them. They realized that if you have a repel on and then you're running and then the repel is happening, you are getting RNG advances because there are encounters being generated that you're ignoring. And then the best way to handle that is to get no encounters, right? By not using the repel. So why is this called the impossible Kyogre? Because it's hard to get. It's called impossible because it would not be possible unless you're using an emulator, which technically Pokemon Box, Ruby, and Sapphire is. It's an emulator, right? Okay, we're gonna pause the music so that I can focus on the beeps. Alright, music's back. We're gonna go in the bag, and we're gonna use the black flute. Alright, black flute again. Black flute again, and we're gonna use flash. Technically don't need to do flash, but I'm doing it. That stinks, but I don't think it matters that much. Black flute. Black flute, we're remembering it. Black flute, we're remembering it. We're doing it, folks. The black flute has been remembered. Alright, we made it through the hard part. We don't need the black flute in this room. There's no wild encounters in this room. I was told biking, you're not gonna, basically I was told that black flute plus stench plus cleanse tag probably isn't, because you can't get the encounter rate lower than 1. So probably, like, we don't know technically, but like with all the math that I've done, I don't actually need the bike to stack things further. And if I'm not using the bike, then it's going to be easier to move across the path. What's up, Red Amp? How you doing? We gotta hatch the Meryl. All right, now we wait. We had 5 more minutes. We bing chilling. Gamers, there's 143 of you in here, but there's only 59 likes. If you are having a good time, please hit the like button. Hatching the egg causes music to play. So we can pause here and I can turn the game music back on. You can hear the music here is evolution music. If you recall, obviously the evolution music is not normally what plays here. And it's actually because there's no music here typically. And when there's no music in this game, and then you do something that causes music to happen that the game isn't expecting, the music doesn't stop. So if you, I don't think that you can go on the bike in this room, but if you could go on the bike in this room, the music doesn't play because it knows to not do that. But hatching an egg is something the game can't stop from happening here, and then the music continues to play. And this, having music playing gives a more, gives a higher likelihood that method 4 occurs. Do you think Wolfblick and other cheaters need a permaban? No. I know people are going to be, oh, why don't you think people who hacked previously should be permabanned? All right, it's very simple. Cheating Pokemon in is symptomatic of a flaw of the game. If a majority of your players are hacking Pokemon in, right? If most top players are not playing the game to get the Pokemon themselves, you have 2 options, right? You either have to look at your game and go, okay, it's okay that you have to look at your game and go, why is everyone doing this instead of catching their guys the normal way without hacking? Like, why is this happening? And then you have to determine, what can I do about this to prevent hacking from happening? And the answer is, you have to make it easier for people to get perfect Pokemon, or you have to then get into a constant warring battle with hackers, because you could go the route. It's totally possible for them to go the route and saying, you know what, we're not going to make it any easier. They could have left it as easy as it was in Gen 3, aka not very, right? You could have left it as difficult as it is in Gen 3, and then just constantly try to improve your hack check. But what you are doing is empowering 2 things that I think are bad for the video game, right? You're empowering people who are either you're empowering people who can hack. And I know what you're going to say, well, if they had better cheat detection tools, then it wouldn't be a problem. But the issue with that is there's always going to be a hacking tool, right? If you have good cheat detection, the people who make the hacks are going to make better hacks, and then you're going to need to upgrade your cheat detection, and you're going to be in a battle with that forever. And you don't want that to happen, right? Okay, so then what is the other option? And also, by the way, let's say, for some reason, let's say that Game Freak actually succeeds, right? They figure out how to fully stop hacks. They can do it. It's I want everyone to understand, this is not possible. But let's say it was possible and they fully stop hacking. You can permanently make it so it's impossible ever to hack Pokemon. And it is difficult to get Pokemon. What does that do? What does that do? Instead, that empowers both wealthy and connected people to get Pokemon easier, right? Do you think if competitive Pokemon was as difficult to obtain Pokemon for in Gen 5, Gen 4, Gen 3 as it nowadays, and it never changed, right? If you think it was this, let's say it was the same difficulty as Gen 3 in Gen 9. Do you think Wolfglick is going to get his own Pokemon if hacking is impossible? No. He is one of the most famous Pokemon players in the world. He is going to go to his Discord and go, hey, can everybody in my 1,000,000-person Discord soft reset for a good IV Pokemon for me and give it to me? And then Wolfglick has an advantage because he is famous and because he is wealthy. He could also pay people to soft reset for him, right? And so you're just pushing the burden of the problem in a different way, right? People now are going to have an advantage for being wealthy, and they're going to have an advantage for having a larger community to participate in, which is also a bad thing. I think both of those things are bad. And you could say, oh, what if Wolf Glick... Oh, let me... You could say, what if you make it so Pokemon have to be your OTID? That's not possible either, by the way. Because there's a version exclusives. You're gonna need to trade to get other people's Pokemon. So they're never gonna have it be that way either. So that is why I think the only solution has to be they just put a fucking editor into the game, or they do something similar to it, where it's so easy you don't even have to think about it. Even I think Scarlet and Violet is not easy enough. Oops. This is calm. It's a calm Kyogre. Am I gonna get no results again? How could I have no results? How is it possible? Am I not hitting the right seed? This is so strange. This is a level 45 Kyogre, 151, 89, 94, 147, 156, 87. What? How? I'm doing... There is a user error happening here. And I don't know what it is. Why am I doing plus minus 999999 in this? I did plus... That means I missed my seed that heavily? Is that even possible? It looks like I didn't even start as low as I started here. I think this is what the first eight. I mean that I'm close. How can I be so far away? Something wrong. Something is like wrong, but I don't know what it is. One 151899414715687. Level 45. There's something wrong, but I don't know what it is. What if I search all seeds? Searching all seeds is probably bad. Let's put on the music again. I could check Pokefinder. (14 to 15, 9 to 11, 18 to 19, 18 to 17. Sick. Beautiful. Nature, calm. There's like too many. Wow, I got no results. We're gonna go one by one through all the possibilities for this so I can find it, because I'm like kind of confused. I'm just going through Pokefinders, all these one by one. Nope. The last one. It can't be any of these? These must just be not close enough then. We'll go to the 10 lines. We're looking something around 7. None of these. It can't be that. I don't think I have any rare candies. Maybe I do. Because I'm thinking I'm either very early... 77B1. Okay, I found it. Alright, I hit... So 29... And it could have been method 4, I guess. Do I not have 77B1 in my list? I didn't. It's... Okay, my seed was very late. What? Okay. Alright, I think we were very, very late on the seed. Okay. Sheesh. Alright, we can try again. That was crazy. Let me try one more time real quick. I don't like that one either. that was finally a good one. I don't think they need to add a rusty bottle cap or whatever. Bottle caps just need to change what the thing does. All right. And we'll put on some actual music again. 77B1, huh? That's how late I was. I mean, I did the adjustment for it, but we'll put it in now. And I'll put in like 1,000 for this. All right, we found it. And the first one was probably also around 77B1. Gotta find out what temp it is. It's around 70. It'd be hotter in my apartment. I'm gonna go probably turn my AC on. When it gets above, I turn my AC on. Hyper training should just let you change the IV to whatever you want it to be. And you shouldn't need an item to do it. Is this method 4? Yes, it is Hope. Hope, you're one of the only Japanese people who went to Blue Sky that I follow on Twitter. I feel like a lot of the Japanese RNG community hasn't gone to B-Sky yet. I don't know how much English you speak, Hope. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Oh. Oh, sheer. Oh, yeah, I found sheer cold. I'm now looking at your. I'm actually looking at Hope Flygon's follow list so that I can find who's on B-Sky. There's Yatsune. Oh, and Katari! Yatsune and Katari. Yes. I don't know if they post, but I found them on B-Sky. Alright, that's good. That's good news. Checkbox secured. Sticker acquired. Did you get the good sticker? Did you get Wolf? Did you get the Wolf I voted sticker or no? I know, I've been begging these fools for likes. Nobody's liking the stream. I guess you gamers don't enjoy me, which is fine. Wonder why the my seed was so late. Actually, what is that difference? Let me open that up in a calculator. All right, let's see here. We got, so it was a programmer calculator, so it was 77B. E1 minus 7731. It's 128 difference in seed. Is that really what the seed button difference is? Oh no, I minimized everything. Oh, so sad. Gen 3 Seed Assistant. All right, we're so back. You're a background podcast while I practice Mewtwo double jump cancels. Are you playing Melee or Project Plus? Do you have a Mewtwo main? I can't judge. I'm a Young Link player. I'm a known Young Link enjoyer. You can't do Sword and Shield Egg RNG. It's not possible. Have you done the Rivals of Aether bit? I haven't even tried it yet. I haven't even tried Rivals 2. I feel like I should, but... I wish I could, like, send proof to ad agencies that I voted so I stopped seeing the political ads. Dude, the Michigan Republican senator is fucking evil. That guy is crazy. That there's even, like, people are gonna... The fact that people are gonna vote for him is insane. Have you looked at his platform? It's so crazy. Like, I can't believe people are voting for this guy. Wait, this guy says... Hold on. I'm actually... Also got Glaron generated by method 4. Adamant. Hidden Power Rock. Good luck to you. Thank you very much, Hope. I appreciate you. I hope I can get it. Michiganders are paying more than $1,000 a month for groceries. Where are these people shopping? What do you mean you're paying $1,000 a month for grocery? That can't be right. It's so funny to me too because... Alright, we're gonna pause here. We're actually gonna have the game audio on for this part. Oh no, we're gonna have the game audio muted until I hit the A button. I mean, it shows that the Pokemon company doesn't care, right? That's what it shows. Is this Verlis's alt? No, I don't think so. I'm a Costco shopper. I'm a proud member of the Church of Kirkland. What's good, Pinky? I will say Kroger's... Costco has cheaper almost everything, except Kroger's soy milk is insanely cheap. I don't know why. I did that last time, too. I'm vegetarian. I don't drink soy milk because I'm vegetarian, though. I just drink soy milk because, lactose intolerance. And soy milk is the one that I enjoyed the most. I like... It's soy milk. Then oat milk. Are probably my top two. And then, like, I don't like almond milk very much. Wolfpack, literally no one is angry at you. Why do you say these things? You've never been treated badly or even had something angry said to you before here, I don't think. Lactate's expensive, though. I would rather get Lactate pills and drink regular milk than do Lactate milk. I want transferring to not be tied... I want transferring to not be tied to a online service. It should just be built into the games. Cheese is a necessity? Yeah, I love cheese. Don't get me wrong. I will eat cheese and have lactose problems. I will do such things. Don't get it twisted. I got the goated Yatsuna follow back. Bananas is one of the two things on God's earth I'm allergic to. I like soy milk a lot. I think soy milk has a really good taste. We even found out about RNG manipulation in Pokemon? I don't know. It's not one person. And I'm pretty sure Japanese players found RNG manips before us. I don't know, a couple. I've gotten a shiny Kyogre at least twice, I think. I've only taken opiates once. When I had my, when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, I had all 4 removed at once. And they gave me... I don't know if it was Vicodin or Oxy. They gave me a painkiller and then opiate painkiller that I took at home. And that shit sent me into a different dimension. Like, I don't remember, like, the 2 or 3 days that I was taking it. I, like, literally didn't remember them. Like, I was just, like, fucking blasted in my bedroom. You will not contribute to the opiate conversation for the sake of your legal defenses? What are you talking about? I've always rejected them ever since that experience. Like, I've had a couple of different things where they were like, oh, do you need painkillers? And I was like, I'll probably be fine with extra strength Tylenol and, like, heating pads and stuff. And I was. I only had them for surgery recovery, but they gave me like 5 for it. It was really bad. Best 5 pill ever taken. Yeah, they get you very high. Well, it's funny. My friend Blake he had a major surgery as well, and he had like a button that controlled the morphine drip, and he just called it the happy button. I was Mr. Button. I'm pretty sure they limit you, but you can push it, and like you get to a point where pushing it makes you feel good, even if it's not actually giving you morphine. You know what I mean? Like the psycho, I had insane Riz. I'm sure you did, Jeff. I'm sure you did, Jeff. Riz is the OG. I don't think Ray Rizzo's teams were ever, like, confirmed hacked. Poke MMO, dog duty game. Cringe game for losers. You're wild for that? I do not like the way breeding works in Poke MMO. I hate the idea of a Pokemon economy. I hate the Pokemon getting deleted on breeding. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Also, it doesn't fall in line with my main enjoyment of these games. Where... Nope, it's very cringe. Do not like it at all. That's like literally like the worst. Like the Pokemon economy is like the worst case scenario. If they bump up hack checks and hacking becomes impossible, like then you're gonna be getting like wealthy people and people of power having advantages over others because they're able to get Pokemon easily by paying people or by having a large community. Like I think that's literally like the worst case scenario. Okay. We had a method 17730. So even though we were 1 seed early, I'm gonna do the adjustment. All right. I didn't like that one. That one was good. I'm not a big ROM hack enjoyer. That's why I, Isn't competitive no better in regards to a money advantage? Well, it depends on what you're talking about. The problem with competitive Pokemon's money investment is a different problem than it would be if you were buying Pokemon. Buying Pokemon is not a problem, but it will become a problem if the game doesn't make it easier to get Pokemon and they increase hack checks. Also, Poke MMO has the same problem that all ROM hacks have, where they are not contiguous with my experience in the main series games. I can't trade them onto my real games and stuff. That's the other main problem I don't like about it. But that's all ROM hacks have that problem. What's up, Mango Stems? How you doing? Pokemon Transporter GB. I've not used it, but I helped that person a little bit. Lincoln. I don't see Lincoln. Oh, there's Lincoln. Oh, Lincoln's a membership. Oh, Lincoln probably got gifted. The Totodile emote, yes. I'm waiting on my English gold to arrive because they don't support Japanese yet. Yes. Nicholas Smoked Ribs. Rebo Chowd Barrett. Why can't you save a battle record? Ruby and Sapphire do not have battle records in them. Yo, thank you for the gifted, Pinky. Appreciate you. Everybody show Pinky some Blissy love. I'll read a Snapple fact for that. Will the stream become a video? I don't know, maybe. I don't usually turn streams into videos unless they're the team building ones, and maybe that's my bad, but I don't know. Fact number 214. Actually, whoa, this fact is way better. No, I'm not going to read the way better fact. I'm going to read the original one that I laid eyes on. But there is a fact that I read in here that was insane, blew my mind. Real fact number 214, giraffes can lick their own eyes. I knew that one. I'm actually going to put the bookmark on this page. So it was, because it was so crazy. All right, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my water, go to the bathroom. Thank you for the gifted Pinky again. Everybody show them some Blissy love. Show her some Blissy love. Yeah. Oh, gamers. I've returned. Cheating is wrong, and you might have to admit it. I've literally never said that cheating was good, Wolfpack. Wolfpack, can you point me to a moment where I've said cheating is good and players should do it? The funny part is that you can't, because I've never said that. No, I have a real problem with, what's his face. Cheating is good when you lie about a college degree on your resume. How do you know about that? Because is this just a different person who I know now I know that did that? This isn't Verlis. If this was Verlis, they would be intentionally misgendering me and like dropping slurs. You can tell it's not. Verlis literally believes that, like, all trans people are child groomers. It's insane. Alright, here we go. Verlis did that? Yes, Verlis is, like, a Trump supporter who, like, doesn't like gay people. Or anyone who's queer. It's, like, a well-known thing. Do you actually support Trump lost cause? Because if you do, I'm banning you. I will ban myself. Adios. Okay, I'm banning you. I'm still banning you, just so you understand. Just know that you are a piece of shit who wants the world to end. And, like, hates America. That is what Trump supporters are. They are pieces of shit who want the world to end, who don't exist in reality, and hate America. Get caught in Blisy Cord General? What? Instant walkback. What is this clip? Cheating is good and players should do it. The funny part is that you can't because I've never said that. Alright, I see. He's trying to say the classic Jeff bit. I've watched J-Rose play UFO 50. It looks awesome. I would not recommend the Analog Pocket, but I've never used one, so... I will say I don't like how it keeps saying that it's not an emulator. The Analog Pocket is an emulator. FPGAs are emulations. They're just a different technique of emulation. I don't even think that FPGAs are inherently going to be more accurate than a software emulator. Everybody, we are at 140 viewers, but we only have 80 likes. Please, if you're having a good time, hit the like button. It's free, and it helps me out. Of course. It's the next fact I'm going to read. Is the hatching process necessary to hit? Yes. So if you listen to the music here, the hatching music is playing. And you have a higher chance of hitting method 4 if music is actually playing. If music is actually playing in the overworld. And normally there's actually no music in this chamber, but there's a glitch where if you hatch a Pokemon in a chamber where there's no music, the egg hatching music continues to play. The game doesn't terminate it. So that is why it's part of the process. Okay, so this is a fact that I read earlier. It kind of blew my mind. It didn't blow my mind, but it was just like very strange. Okay. It was Snapple real fact number 50. Mosquitoes have 47 teeth. So that was a crazy thing to read because like you don't think of mosquitoes having teeth. I've explained it multiple times already, Razor Shadow. Evil fact, yes. On the proboscis, yes. There'll be a video coming soon, Ultra. So, the way it works, the reason this Kyogre is impossible, technically, well, the reason I'm saying it's impossible is because this Kyogre can only show up on old, glitchy, like outdated emulators that do not work correctly, right? So you might see a method 4, which is what this Kyogre is, on Visual Boy Advance because it's not a very good emulator. So that means if you're playing on real hardware, you're never going to see a Kyogre with these stats like this. But because Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire, a way to play your games on the TV, is on an emulator on Pokemon Box that came out in like 2003. It's an old, outdated emulator that gives you a chance to have these IVs. There's about, it's estimated like a 20 to 25% chance for it to show up, so we'll see. Currently playing a Patras on an analog pocket that I got secondhand. Would not recommend it for more than $200, but if you can get one at the right price, they are pretty nice. I'm doing RNG manips on Heart Gold and Soul Silver right now. It's a video from your Q Charm SID plus TID starter. What can I do with it and what advantage will I gain? What do you mean, what can you do with it? I have not been playing it at all. I'm not really a big TCG gamer. I've been enjoying playing it at Jeff's, but I don't really want to build the decks myself. When are we getting that mythical? I would love to do another stream where Jeff and I go for Method 3. Nan, I should have paused the music. I forgot. The only current manip that is able to be performed is for the item printer. And it's not likely you're ever going to be able to manip an actual Pokemon itself. What are the different methods in wild encounters? It's where the PID... It's basically... A Pokemon is generated in 4 chunks. It's generated in the first half of the personality value, the second half of the personality value, then the first 3 IVs, and then the last 3 IVs. And the methods are when the game, while it's like doing, generating a Pokemon, if a vertical blank interrupt occurs, which is basically when the screen of the GBA is drawn, it draws the whole 144 pixels or whatever, however big it is, vertically. It draws them like from top and then down. And then it actually draws like 40 or so lines after the screen is done. It draws them anyway. And during that process, while it's drawing basically invisible lines that aren't used in the bottom of the screen, the game knows that, the system in the game know that as V blank or vertical blank. And while it's in there, basically the game can wait for that to hit. And when it hits, it triggers calls to do other functions and other things. And some of the things that can happen during a vertical blank cause an RNG advancement to happen. And so basically what will happen is the game will be generating a Pokemon, and let's say it'll be generating, it'll generate the PID, it'll generate the second half of the PID, it'll generate the first half of the IVs, and then after it generates the first half of the IVs, in V blank, an RNG advancement occurs, and then the game goes and generates the fourth and final part of the Pokemon, which is the lower half of the IVs. And while that's happening, what happened is there's an actual RNG call in between the IVs that's not typically there. And so you have a different set of the last three IVs compared to what you typically would have. And that's what method 4 is. All right, what do we got here? We got a lax, I believe. No, it's I always forget. Is that relaxed or relaxed? Yeah, that's relaxed. Lax is a much longer one. 57, 105, 97, 41, 41, 82. No results. This was method 4. We were 1 seed late. And we were like 7 advances late as well. I'm going to do some amount of adjustment here, but I don't think I'm going to do that much. We're going to do 6, 7. We'll do like that, right? Okay. Try again. Yo, what's good, Pulse? How you doing? You said you're 1 seed later. You're manipulating on emulator with... I'm manipulating with a dead battery, but the painting here is what changes my seed. Basically, the game has an internal counter. Every time the game draws a screen and gets into the vertical blanking section that I talked about earlier, the game has a counter that just increment. It's not even the game. I believe it's a hardware register of the Game Boy Advanced. And every time the game draws the screen and hits down and gets into the vertical blank section, the game increments that counter by 1. And that happens every 1/60th of a second. So it goes doink, 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 and that counts up. For some reason, when you talk to this painting, not this part of the talking, but when you go in and view the painting itself, the game reseeds the RNG, and instead of using the date and time as an initial seed, or your dead battery 5A0 as an initial seed, it looks at whatever the value, the hardware register that counts vertical blanks are, as your initial seed, and it goes, that's what it is. And so effectively, you get the exact same type of RNG, where you wait a specific amount of frames and hit A, and that determines your initial seed instead of your Pokemon's current PRNG state, right? Which is pretty cool because it effectively, even though this is quite a long wait, this is about a 15-minute wait, we are still jumping. Like, this Kyogre would be millions of frames on seed 5A0, which is dead battery seed, and I would still have to wait. I would literally have to wait like days and years to get this seed if I did live battery. But because I'm talking to the painting, I'm skipping ahead years. It's like a time portal. It's like a time machine to the future. Okay, we're gonna put on music again. Boink. Boink. Where can I learn how to make my own Emerald Box Ace codes? I use GBA Tech to learn all my ARM and thumb stuff, but the documentation and Glitch City research and like on eShark's online generator is where you'd start. I would start by asking people in the Glitch City Discord. JY, thank you for the 7 months as a Chansey member. Appreciate you. I don't know the math off the top of my head, Etem. I could check, actually. I guess I have time. I could check, right? Let's go to Wild Encountered C. Here we go. I'm opening up Poke Emerald. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. This is a fun fact. I just learned this right now. In the Battle Pyramid, Stench is less effective than it typically would be. Wow, that's crazy. What? Can't believe they did that. Okay, so the base encounter rate... The base encounter rate of a wild encounter looks like it is 16. Okay? So, Stench divides that by 2. So, Stench makes it 8. I don't know what Cleanse Tag is. I have to find Cleanse Tag plus... Okay, so Flute halves it, and then Cleanse Tag multiplies it by 2 divided by 3. Okay, what? So multiplies is a 60% reduction then? Alright, so in order, it is... Let me find... So it looks like Flute goes first, so Flute divides it by 2. So let's... So it's 16 divided by 2 is the Flute. Then you multiply 8 by 0.6, which is the Cleanse Tag. Then you divide 5.3 by 2 again. So the encounter rate is 2, I believe. It looks like I could use the bike to get it lower. I could use the bike, so... I can multiply it by 0.8 to get it to 2.1 if I was on the bicycle. And that's the lowest I could get it, I think. Let me, I should post this. Oh, caves have a different encounter rate. Oh, so it looks like caves have a lower encounter rate. Caves have a base encounter rate of 4. So it's actually 4 divided by 2 times 0.67 divided by 2 again, and we're already under 1 for the encounter rate, which I don't think is possible. So I think we're at the minimum encounter rate. I didn't realize this was lower than usual. Jeff wrote... Sure, I will add this. Let me add this so I don't have to keep explaining it. Hey, bot. Jeff is very Gen 3 pilled. I'm actually more Gen 3 pilled than I used to be. Let me edit my title to have that command in it. You can type exclamation point impossible now to see it. The issue with Gen 3, I've been like getting annoyed by Gen 4, with Jirachi. Jirachi's been like kind of pissing me off. Dang, I forgot to stop the music. It's probably made my timing wrong. I would be up for an NU battle, yeah. I've been doing so much ADV revival that I haven't been playing it like any other gens. Because I wanted to make sure that I was very warm for ADV revival. Like whenever I went to Jeff's to do no bottle caps, he would be like, "Oh, we could do this, and I'm like, "We need to do Gen 3. I gotta stay hot." Yeah, I'm out of revival now at this point. Oops. I don't think this will affect anything, but maybe. Oh my gosh, my brain is melting. Yeah, the biggest thing, I think, is for the Rayquaza. I just live 10 minutes from Jeff. So you guys can hear that there's... I guess you can't. There's no music here. And lack of music... means that there's a lower chance to have Method 4 happen. And so what we want is we want for there to be music here, and there happens to be a glitch. Somehow, some way, on this Earth, there's a glitch so that you can play music in here. What gen do you recommend for team building? Well, I guess whatever gen you want to play competitively, you build the team in. If you're saying which one is the best one to build teams quickly, it's Gen 9. That's not even close. I don't think. So, you can see the egg, this is the hatching music. And now the hatching music does not stop. Yeah, we need to get the vibes right, you know what I mean? The vibes have to be immaculate. pretty sure Trails lives within... Trails lives very close to us. He went to the school that is in our town. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to this good noodle joint. He said, I'm pretty familiar with where you guys live. And then I was like, oh, do you know Land City? And he was like, yeah, I went to X school. I love that place. And I'm like, gas. So. He seems to be doing better now. He was going through like a situation, so I think we might be able to link up. It's like he's been streaming again. I don't know if he uploaded recently. He hasn't uploaded in 2 months, but he was like dealing with a situation. But he's been streaming and stuff, so I think he's doing a lot better. He needs mother pizza. That place is gas. I literally want to apply for a job there, so I can make them better pizza dough. Reminds me of how I happened to run to the younger brother of my friend from college. No, the craziest... I mean, this wasn't in real life. But literally... So, I used to play League of Legends with my friend Blake and our other friend Ilya, whose username was Dop. And... he like had to sell his computer to pay for bills or something, and so like we like lost communication with him because the only way we talked to him was through League, because the Discord wasn't even out at the time. That's how long ago this was. So like we would talk on like Skype, I think, at the time, or like some other comm server like Curse Voice or some shit. And we hadn't talked to him in like a year, like a month, like a year and a half, like it's like a year. And my friends had all just gotten into Hearthstone. It was brand new. And they were like, you gotta play this, you gotta play. And I boot up Hearthstone. And in my second game of Hearthstone, I run into a guy whose username is Dop. And I'm like, what? And so I add him after, because you can't, I don't think you could chat in Hearthstone at the time. But I added him on Blizzard. And I'm like, hey, did you used to play League? And he goes, yeah. And I go, this is Jake. Of Jake and Blake, who's my friend Blake. And he was like, no fucking way. And then we linked up and we started playing games again. It was very awesome. It was literally my like second or third game of Hearthstone ever. It was very crazy. Have I read the Pokemon manga? No. I really only play the Pokemon video games. I do not watch the anime. And I do not play the TCG, really. Small world. Yeah, no, I mean, the smallest world thing that happened to me was someone recognizing me in public. That like not at a con or anything. Like I go up to the cash register and they're like, are you a Pokemon YouTuber? And I go, this is not happening right now. That was the craziest thing. That happened to me last year around this time. I got recognized in public. In New York City, yeah. That was insane. Because I obviously, when I went to the Hartford tournament, I got recognized. But, like, I expected to. That's a fucking Pokemon tournament when all I do is make videos about competitive Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, duh. No shiny. Although the funniest coincidence I've heard about... is actually crazy. I'm not scared of getting recognized. I don't really expect it to ever happen. I don't think that I'm famous enough for it to happen. So I'm not. It's not a big thing on my radar at the moment. We did not hit method 4. Okay, we hit method 1, and we were 11 advances early. So I'm gonna actually put that in. We hit the right seed on the wrong method, like 11 advances early. So I'm gonna put. Oh, do I want to adjust it though? Because the music. No, I didn't play the music. We're fine. All right, let me try again. I did not like that one at all. Oh, I did good. I didn't hit it. The craziest one though is, so if you guys, you know, I'm sure most people watching me know, but I made these custom e-reader cards, and I've made a couple of videos about them. They're back there. They're on this shelf. And I was helped by two of my friends, Riley and Shao. And Riley told me and Shao one time, pretty recently, he was in a video game, his brother was in a video game store buying something, and the cashier was him and the cashier were talking. They were like, have you heard about these custom e-reader cards? I'm gonna do it to get a shiny Celebi. And Riley's brother was like, have you heard of this? And Riley was like, yeah, I made that. And I was like, what the fuck? That's the craziest thing that must have the idea that happened is so insane. So that's the craziest one that I've heard of. You done with Gen 3 custom events? No. There will be at least one more set of cards released. Plan to do the legendary birds. Is the e-reader super picky with the type of paper? I haven't found that the paper is the problem. I found that the printer is. I need to use photo paper, but it's just I can just use. I have it right here, actually. Ooh. I just use HP Premium plus photo paper is what I use. But it's the printer, from what I can tell. The printer needs to be a photo printer, so usually it's got to have 3 inks. So like my photo printer has like CMYK or whatever, like the magenta pink, magenta baby blue, yellow, whatever the fuck they are, and then it also has a photo version of it. So it has 2 tricolor ink cartridges, and then it has a black ink cartridge. Whereas like Absolblock's Pokemon, I actually asked him this recently. That felt good. Absolblock's Pokemon has a different photo printer that's like an Epson, I think. And he has just 1 tricolor cartridge, but he has 2 black cartridges. So he has a regular black and a photo black. And so he can print that way. It's definitely a picky Absol said he had a bigger issue getting the print at the proper size. I never had that issue at all. And if I did, when I do the Legendary Bird events, it will be, the XD birds, because they have signature moves and stuff. Yeah, it says it's Cyan, magenta, yellow. It's CYMK. What is the K? I don't know what that is. K is black. Oh, weird. Kryptonite, obviously. True. I mean, the ink industry isn't a scam. They're so specific about the way the ink works because they sell printers at a loss, no?
God, have you ever seen the movie?
Ooh. I got some random shit in my music playlist for some reason. Okay, a minute and a half. I tried TCG Pocket. So many people ask, did it launch today? Did the TCG Pocket launch today? Because so many people have been asking. And I'm like, why is everybody asking today? But it must have just like launched or something. I have not tried it. No question, but it's 2 1/60ths, right? Yes. This is a 1/60th of a second window, and then Kyogre itself is also a 1/60th of a second window. I mean, it's very consistent now. It's probably still not as consistent as Fire Red and Leaf Green, but it's very consistent. No, it's not the drought theme. It's the heavy rain theme. The heavy rain, and make no mistake, heavy rain theme is way better than drought theme. No, the drought theme is not pure vibes. The drought theme is like anxiety. I can pull it up if you want. I would not refer to this as vibes. Whereas the rain theme... This is some good shit. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I wouldn't listen to it outside of the game. Let's get back to the playlist. Heavy Rain is more socially acceptable? What does that mean? Yeah, I have my own playlist. It's called Stream Music. I don't make the music, if that's what you're asking. I do not do that. What's the Meryl for? Yeah. The Meryl... You can hear the evolution music is playing, and that's because the evolution music plays when an egg hatches. This music continues to play and increases the chance of Method 4 happening. Need to do the math again. How do I find encounter rates on, I wonder how I found encounter rates. Where is encounter rate defined? Is the encounter rate something that's like on maps? Encounter check. Seconds. All right. I just like stressing you guys out. Nope. Dang. Oh. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. This is going to take a long time. I mean, I've done this many attempts so far. So, it's alright. Is it Muck Monday? Of course. It's a quirky or serious or something. It's quirky. Five, 149, 95, 92, 144, 143, 4, that one. Alright, we have one. We were 1 seed late, method 4. Like 4 advances late or something like that. Greetings, Earthling. That is extremely... that is a very funny thing to say. Greetings, I presume an alien. Thank you for the €3, Rarbin. I appreciate you. Just got a shiny starters and her gold and silver. Thanks to your video. Thank you. Alright, let's see. What is the encounter rate? How do I get to the maps? Maps. We want cave. Wild Pokemon info. Okay. Wild encounters JSON text. Try to find the encounter rate. We're not looking for encounter rate, right? Whatever. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I just ate a date. I have to do Martian homework on the metric system. I gotta go. All right, bye. So is ours, but it's good at math. Lest we deliver to the future land. I love this song so much. Oh. I just ate 2 dates. They are yummy. I'm a known date enjoyer. Date pilled. Wish you could get a date. You can get them at the grocery store. They're pretty like they're usually not out of stock because they're like not that popular, but they're popular enough that people keep them in. And people don't like that there's pits. But I don't like getting pitted dates because they are drier. So I just pull them out. Jeff, this person doesn't know what longitude and latitude are, so I don't know that they can help cure our ignorance. Dang it. Why can Roselia learn Flash? Good question. I don't have the answer for you. Because. I thought you had to do math homework pilfering the pilferer. Satellites are kind of becoming a problem on Earth, no? Moons are satellites, you're correct. They put satellites in wormholes for interstellar news. You can't derive... I don't think information can work like that, right? It can't be one true thing. But you're terrible at one thing. You're only bad at one thing? That's pretty impressive. If they're terrible at delivering true information, they told you that, wouldn't it make it likely untrue? Something about this is cyclical. I definitely agree with you. If you're bad at delivering true information, is that information that you delivered to me true? It is like a paradoxical in nature, right? You know, I have to check for a package. Oh my god, my fault. I have a pretzel. I'm hungry. My stomach is empty. So is this not on GBA? It's on Pokemon Box, Ruby and Sapphire. Ten seconds. Oh, bye, Pinky. Dang. Oh. Let's see what we got. This is gonna be tough. It's quiet. We were 1 seed early, 5 advances late. So we were 6 total advances late. Yeah, it's totally possible to do that. We can bounce around like +5, -5. Do you need a DS capture for? No. I have a DS capture just so I can stream it to you guys. This is on a GameCube. GameCube. No, the truth is that there's not. I have no patience. I'm just addicted to this shit. It's fun. That's the reality of it. Where's your dip? You raw dogging that soft pretzel? Yeah, I'm raw dogging it. Obviously, a cheese dip is good, but it's not required to enjoy a warm, soft pretzel. What the heck? Oh. Now, if it wasn't warm, that'd be a little bit more difficult, but they're just yummies. I enjoy the yummy snacky. I'm very bad about gluten-free breads. I don't really know how to make them. How to use Eon Timer. Why are you in here typing like I'm Google? I'm not Google. I'm not an AI bot that's gonna go, to use Eon Timer, you type in the number. Like, what the... What is this? Why do people talk like this? It's so funny. It's like hysterical to me. You're in a YouTube chat. You're in a live stream. It's very funny to me. Gluten-free bread's always dry. Interesting. Yo, welcome to Blisy 10, Ben. Oh my gosh, thank you. Everybody show 10 Ben some Blisy love. Much appreciated. A Snapple fact is in order. I'm back. All right, let's see what we got here. Real Snapple fact number 208. If you add up opposing sides of a dice cube, you will always get 7. Let's test the theory. I have a die right here. We have 5. And then 2, that's 7. We have 1. Oh, this is 4. We have 1. And we have 6. That's 7. We have 4. And we have 3. That's 7. Holy shit. It's true. It's true! Yes, but also, like, I'm not doing live tutorial. Like, in fact, I think you should not. People see. People with tutorials come to live help for ask questions. This stream is not a live help stream. This is me streaming me doing something. Like, I'm not gonna give a live tutorial on anything in a live stream. You can go to, you know, watch my videos or go to Discord and ask questions there, but I'm doing something else. I'm not gonna give you a live tutorial, you know? Real Snapple knowledge. It's a Snapple real fact, bro. All right. Live tutorial on soft pretzel? Maybe another time. I haven't made a pretzel in a while. Hey, but consider this. Why do you exist if not to be useful for me specifically? Huh, fair enough. I don't always play on Japanese copies. In fact, I would say that I play on Japanese copies a minority of the time. Cow, shut up. I love the flute sound. Me too. Good morning from Oz. Good morning. My nose is itchy. Why running? Hatching egg. You can tell there's no music playing here. So my goal is to get music to play. So when this egg hatches, music will play. And you can see, now music is playing. Yeah, it works on the English version just fine. Yes, this is probably my last attempt for the day. I'm getting kind of EP. So hopefully we can get... I mean, we've already been pretty close. We've already been within like 5 advances, so... I will say, Nick... Dealing with the words timer. Yeah, I'm in Discord mode, so I didn't see your messages. Only a minute and a half. What a man, please. Yeah, I'm getting EP. Daylight savings time's got me all fucked up. This time will be shiny. I would like that, Luis Montoya. Or Luis, probably. Okay. Let's see where we landed. I want to do a Method 3 stream. Method 3 is easier than this because you don't need any weird shit. What do we got? It's quirky, right? Oh, have I not hit this one before? We were on seed, hit method 1. I was 4 advances late. I've not hit this one before. So it's 4 advances late, but method 1 instead of method 4. So, yeah. But that's going to be it for today. I'll probably stream this again tomorrow. You guys seem to enjoy it, so I'll see you then. Bye.